Welcome back to Von Blues Boxing, man. So what's going on with everybody? So I wanted to give my thoughts on Savannah Marshall and Claressa Shields. Now, Savannah Marshall was successful this weekend. She knocked out her opponent in the third round. That's three, I think, back-to-back stoppages for Savannah Marshall. Um, so it's Savannah's just been on a tear lately. And, Claressa Shields, we know about Claressa Shields, one of the most decorated boxers, man or woman, in boxing. Um, it's, they've had a little rivalry going on for a long time. She defeated Savannah Marshall, beat Claressa Shields when the amateurs a long time ago. You know what I'm saying? So it's been back and forth stuff between the years, saying, they've in different interviews, they've slacked each other off and stuff like that. And now we have an opportunity where we have a undisputed, I believe it was at 160 pounds fight possibly going on this summer or late summer or maybe early fall. And my thoughts in this fight is that you're taking two of the brighter, younger fighters in female boxing and putting them together. This is amazing, man. You look at Amanda Serrano and Katie Taylor. Um, them girls is about to get it on April 30th for the undisputed lightweight women's lightweight championship belts. And here we are, you know, maybe in the summer about to have another woman undisputed fight, and between two of the more recognizable names in female boxing take each other on. And I think that this fight is, when it does happen, I know it's going to be a lot of emotion in between both fighters, because there's going to be a lot of back and forth talk. The press conference is going to sell itself between this fight. It's going to sell itself. The press conference just in itself, because Claressa Shields and Savannah Marshall is just going to go back and forth. There might be a couple of pushes, maybe some foul stuff gets said to each other. It's going to be it's going to check all the boxes, especially if they do it in the UK, they're going to sell it out. You know what I'm saying? They put a nice little undercard, cool little undercard, cool little co-main event, and it's going to sell. And the thing is that this fight is going to come down to me, in my opinion, who is the most level-headed on that night? Who is going to fight smart? Because both girls cannot allow the back and forth throughout the years, the emotions and the disrespect and all the stuff that goes on the press conferences and the nerves to get to them that night. Because it's going to come down to which woman is the most collective and cool. Savannah Marshall is a very hard puncher. You know what I'm saying? She's a hard puncher, knockout artist. But Claressa Shields, Claressa Shields, her record, she doesn't have a lot of knockouts on the record. I think she only got one or two, you know what I'm saying? So she doesn't have a ton of knockouts. So the narrative is she's pillow fisted, but you can't fall in those, you as the fighter can't fall for that. The media, the fans, they're going to say what they're going to say, but as the fighter, Savannah Marshall has to respect this woman's power. She can't get, because all it takes is one punch to catch you, and with a high-level skill fighter like Claressa Shields, you can get caught and you could be the first, you be that person that she breaks that myth about her being pillow-fisted. And vice versa, if Claressa Shields underestimates Savannah Marshall's boxing skills and fighter IQ and her ability to adjust to certain things that the fighters do, it could be a quick night for her. She can get caught with something thinking, oh, this girl ain't all that, and try to sit on her punches too long, or she get wild like she do sometimes. And I'm a Claressa Shields fan, but sometimes Claressa get wild in there. Her and Katie Taylor, I've noticed that they got a tendency to do that sometimes. Very skilled women, gold medalists, highest of highest things, but they sometimes get a little wild, and that's going to be one of those things, and I looked at this fight, and I'm like, I looked at a couple other fights, and I thought, like, how could this fight go? And I thought about a few of them. I thought about, this fight can go kind of like Sergey Kovalev and Andre Ward 1 and 2. And there's a third fight I'm going to tell you about. It could be like that, where Savannah Marshall playing the role of Kovalev, comes on early and strong and wins those earlier rounds, possibly knock down Savannah, Carissa Shields. And Carissa comes on later and stronger in the later rounds, and it's a controversial decision going to one of them. Or it could be like Kovalev in War 2, where Carissa Shields takes the fight to Savannah Marshall. You know what I'm saying? She starts to make Savannah fight on the back foot and, you know, goes in there and does a number on her. It could be that type of fight. You know what I'm saying? In my opinion, that's the way I was looking at it. And then there was another fight. I thought how this fight could play out. Antonio Tarver and Roy Jones, too. That fight, it could play out like that, too, where Savannah Marshall has the right type of style and the right type of skill set to beat someone who maybe is more skilled than her. In my maybe more boxing skills wise and things of that nature than her. It could turn out to be like that. But those are just some fights and some things I was thinking the scenarios possibly could play like that. But we don't know how the hell it's going to play out. That's just some things in my mind. And I'm just wondering, this fight is going to be a good fight. This is the type of fight that Carissa Shields needed for her career. You know what I'm saying? In boxing, she needed that nemesis. Every boxer needs that, that contemporary. You know what I'm saying? Like, they need that. Like, every boxer needs at least one boxer in their career, that one contemporary, that one nemesis, or that one person that, becomes a challenge in their career. It makes them question themselves or makes them take it to the next level. And that Savannah Marshall's definitely that for Carissa Shields. And for Savannah Marshall, this is for her to get that full-on respect of she is for real. Like, she is really one of the top female boxers out there. She's just, things kind of was moving slow for her at the beginning of her career. But yeah, I'm excited about that fight. I can't wait for it. May the best woman win that fight, and they deserve credit. You know what I'm saying? These ladies, they do. Carissa and Savannah, for putting this fight on, they deserve the credit. They deserve our attention, and they deserve our respect. You know what I'm saying? For them doing what, we don't always see in men's boxing. You know what I'm saying? And we can't take away from their accomplishments just because they're women. So yeah, I can't wait for the fight. Hopefully it goes on this summer. Hopefully it's in the UK, because I think they'll sell out the house in the UK. And yeah, so just wanted to give a quick little thoughts on Carissa Shields and Savannah Marshall. Can't wait for it. Cannot wait. But Von Blues Boxing, I'm out.